Welcome to the Brew the Truth podcast. Today is episode 11. You got our hosts here, Dull Oxide and Drunk Joe.
Yo.
You can find all of our previous episodes on the Drinking Wisemen YouTube channel, along with my 3 to 4 time a week podcast, Perfectly Wasted. So, tonight I am drinking Sam Adams Golden Hour, which is part of their summer pack, I believe. And it looks like Joe over there's got Modelos.
Modelo Especial.
How he makes all the ladies feel.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so for our first segment here today.
Whoa, slow down. You don't want to, how are you doing this week? How are things going?
So for our first segment this week, we want to talk a little bit about remastered games. There's been a lot of remastering happening, both in Hollywood and in the game industry, and almost everywhere. Actually, you're seeing a lot of different trends come back recently that haven't been in existence for 20, 30 years. Fashion trends all over the place. It seems like the EDC scene and stuff is really blown up with a lot of older fashion trends. But today we're just going to talk about remastered games.
Yeah, Pot's even... Wait, what? We can't deviate at all from this one topic?
Maybe slightly.
That's all I can talk about.
Maybe slightly. So, I just
know what
took
they should remaster?
Your face?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, that was good.
So
no, the movie The Shadow. Remember that shit? The Shadow knows.
Yeah, did you ever watch or did you ever listen to the actual radio show?
No, I think my dad told me about that, though.
Yeah, my dad was like super into radio, so he made us listen to it. But it was actually pretty interesting. And I agree, that'd be a really cool movie to remake, especially now that they could do all the CG and shit that they actually needed to do in the original.
Yeah, they could get Brendan Fraser to play an enemy. Ha ha ha. All right. So anyway, remastered games. The ones you got the pictures on there, I actually did like the Skyrim remaster. Because it added a lot of shading effects and everything, but yeah. I still can't get through the game, to be honest. Like I try. I really like it. I tried to get through it. I tried it twice with the original and once with the remaster, and I got to a spot in the main story where I found like the place where the final battle I think is going to happen, and I just kind of got bored.
Yeah.
And I killed some dragon up top where the old shout guys are, and I just got bored. I just forgot what was happening, and
I got to a similar part in Fallout 4 where I pretty much knew what the end storyline was going to be. I got to the point where it was basically one step before finishing the game, and I was like, wait, that's it? I just wasn't interested anymore. I've actually never played any of the Bioshocks, but the collection is supposed to be the fully remastered version.
I tried to play Bioshock 1, and I feel really stupid. I was maybe, 20 or something. I should have been able to figure this one out.
Yeah.
But I got to the first, there was this ice wall, and apparently you're supposed to have this fire ability to knock the ice wall down. It's the very first puzzle you come across, and I had no idea how to do it.
And I didn't know. I watched the preview for the Bioshock collection, and the graphics in it looked really different from what I had seen in the newest Bioshock, where they've got So it was really cartoonish looking. And
it was Bioshocking.
Yeah, it was quite Bioshocking, if you will. But yeah, so that was a little bit different than I expected. It makes me kind of curious to go and play through the games, but I really wish I had time for anything besides Diablo and Overwatch, but I don't really seem to. So Crash Bandicoot, of course, being re-released, and
God, I fucking hate those games.
I think the reason that they're doing that is just to see if they can make another Crash game and if people will buy it.
Of course they're gonna buy it. Those, for some reason, those platformers are so loved by the people that played them.
Yeah,
platformers for me start and end with Mario. I'm pretty sure, and I played Contra a lot.
I love playing Mario. And
yeah, but that's it. There isn't any other ones that I care about.
Yeah, I guess.
Unless you count Zelda 2.
I like all the Mega Man games, so
Oh well, okay. Megaman X was like very
Yeah,
special place in my heart.
it
We're deviating.
really.
We're deviating very very far. From
Well,
that.
I mean, not so much because I'd really love for them to remaster that game or any
That's
of the
true.
Mega
That
Mans.
would be
And the last that we have of the photos here, which we'll just branch off from them afterwards, is let me see if I can read this whole title: Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
Oh, it looked like a 2 infinity or something. Okay, 2.8. That makes no sense. They're going from like Roman to Arabic numbers like in
If you
mid
look,
sentence.
if you look it up, you can look up Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and one of the photos that comes up if you image search it is the time frame for how all the 2 point games are supposed to take place in, and it's just retarded looking. So I just stop making Kingdom Hearts games that aren't Kingdom
I
Hearts
remember
3.
being really interested in the first one and like the second one, but I never played it because I never had that game. But I knew some friends that really liked it. The
Yeah.
storyline seemed pretty contrived, though. I don't know. It might be
Yeah,
fun
I mean
mechanically to play, but I never got into it story wise.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think it's just like a relatively easy RPG that has lovable characters in it. And honestly, like when you were talking about Skyrim, I can't remember the last RPG that I played through that I finished like all the way and felt super happy with. Honestly, like I think it
Final
was
Fantasy
probably
3.
Grandia 2 on Dreamcast, which was got to be like 20 years ago now, at least.
Final Fantasy 3, baby.
Yeah, I'd never played Final Fantasy 3 through.
Although I will say Chrono Trigger is still my favorite RPG of all time. So
You know what? I did enjoy seeing people play Chrono Trigger. It seemed like it was a fun game, but I just couldn't really get into it. Like, you know what? Actually, I guess I would say the Pokemon games are kind of technically RPG.
yeah, that's
So,
true. I'd say that they're an RPG. Yeah.
I finished those. I haven't finished one recently, but
You
I have
role
finished
play as
those.
a faggot.
No, I mean he's got a girl interest now, so
Oh well, now it's all heteronormative.
sure. But yeah.
Anyway, so my remasters that are not really upsetting to me, but they're special to me, are the LucasArts games, the old LucasArts point and click games.
well,
and
name one. Give me a name.
Full Throttle.
Okay.
Have you heard that one?
That's being remade this year, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's already done. But yeah, so they're redoing like graphics and stuff. And Full Throttle was really cool because it was the first game that I found out when I played it, like I think when it came out actually, or a couple of years after. It's the first game that I started to realize that Mark Hamill was a voice actor, and he was a voice actor in that game. He was also a voice actor obviously for Joker in the animated series, the original animated series.
I think he does a great job at it, actually.
He's the best. He's really really good voices, and like you don't even know it's him. That's probably why he did it in the first place, is because everybody would oh, look, it's Mark Hamill, oh my god. But yeah, no, I love Full Throttle. I think it's one of the funnier games in their lineup, especially when there's this point at the end, toward the end of the game, where you're like setting these electronic bunnies, like these wind-up toys, across a minefield, and so like in order to get the bunnies, you like have to distract somebody, and then you go into to this booth after you distract somebody, and the way you steal them looks really funny, and then he says, "Now it's just me and the bunnies." It's just really funny moments like that. And then Day of the Tentacle, which is really really silly game. Which I played all the way through. I have to admit, I did beat the game a long time ago. I'd never beat the original, but you can play the original in the second game, which was always cool. Yeah, like you find a computer in the mansion in one of the time periods in the game, and you can just boot up Manic Mansion. It's pretty funny.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But so they remade the game, and I bought it, but I played it like for 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I never touched it after that. But they're great games. I wish I had the attention span for them any longer, but I do not.
Yeah, I went through and I bought Castlevania a couple weeks back, and I played it for maybe like 4 or 5 hours, just like really broken up play and stuff, and was trying to be all like good at it and shit. But I put that down again. I'd love to see a new Castlevania game, but we just know that's not going to happen, which is why I was excited for Bloodstained.
Is that the anime?
No, the Castlevania anime, the series that's on Netflix right now. I haven't actually watched it.
Oh, neither have I.
There's only like there's only 4 episodes in this first.
Everybody
season.
says it's really good though.
I imagine it probably is, but
Yeah.
also getting remastered. I think currently or throughout this year is the Resident Evil series, which sounds really
Yeah.
cool. So all the original Resident Evil games are going to be remastered.
Or are they going to do the
really
voice acting
love-
too? Because that shit was nasty.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty bad.
I don't mean the quality of voice acting. I mean like the quality of the sound files that they used in the game. They're all like
Yeah.
staticky. If they have the original audio and they redo that too, that would be worthwhile. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be
there's
pretty cool. I mean, but
Yeah.
I don't know what all like overall. I think they just take what they have and they just like buff it up. But it'd be cool to do that. I'd really, really, really love to see them either make a new or remaster the Parasite Eve games because those are like
I loved
fucking
Parasite Eve.
perfect horror genre games. And
Dude,
you
I
don't-
forgot about that game.
Like you just don't see that kind of like shit anymore. And if
well,
you go,
it was such an ingenuitive combat style. Like
yeah.
you can mod. I mean, it was like the first game that I remember. You could take a gun apart, put a bunch of different mods onto it, and then you're like running around like it's a RPG, and then whoop, sphere of influence shooting bubble. It's like this is the coolest combat I've ever seen. You know, at that point in time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not real time. I mean, it was great. What a fantastic game. I wish they would do
It'd be
remastered,
fucking
yeah.
awesome if they did it, but so
And the
far we
cutscenes
get
could use some work too, though.
so far we get these games that are making a shit ton of money and crash, which I guess I wouldn't say makes a shit ton of money, but yeah, remastered not happening. But oh well, I guess we'll have to see where it goes.
What?
Like if maybe we get some better remastered games here in the future because it's starting to everything's rebooting. That's
Well, hold on. Let's center here. Do you not agree that remastered games are cash grabs?
oh no, I totally agree. They're,
Oh,
they're
okay,
cash grabs. Yeah.
Okay,
But there's stuff that I'd be willing to pay for that they haven't come out with.
that's the stuff they won't do.
Yeah. So that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So that's remastered games, guys. We're gonna go on to segment 2 here.